better is hard to say because I'm not winning games, so I don't feel like I'm better coach. But I lived here in 3 months. I live certain things that I'm a more complete manager, because sometimes you need to lose to be like in the poor situation to grow, and I felt that during these 3 months. Like, I'm not going to die if I lose 3 games in a row. That is something that I learned here, and I can cope to maintain the energy. So I'm learning a lot about myself and the players, but I prefer to win games. That is clear.
Ruben Amorim has offered a thoughtful and expansive assessment of Manchester United's recent performances during a delicate period in which Michael Carrick has stepped in as interim manager. The Portuguese coach, known for his calm authority and modern tactical insight, spoke about the complexity of guiding a global institution through uncertainty. He acknowledged that when a club of United stature undergoes change, every match becomes magnified, every decision scrutinized, and every performance interpreted as a signal of deeper structural health. Amorim emphasized that transitional phases in football are rarely straightforward. He described them as emotional crossroads where identity, confidence, and clarity must be rebuilt simultaneously. In his view, Carrick has inherited not just a team, but an atmosphere layered with expectation and urgency. The pressure to stabilize results while restoring belief is immense, especially at Old Trafford where history demands excellence and supporters expect visible progress. He spoke about the psychological dimension of interim management, highlighting how players often respond differently when leadership shifts. Amorim suggested that Carrick's familiarity with the club's culture and dressing room dynamics provides an internal understanding that external appointments might lack. That familiarity, he noted, can be a powerful stabilizing force, particularly when morale requires careful handling. At the same time, Amorim was clear that emotional steadiness must be matched by tactical evolution. He observed that Manchester United's performances have shown flashes of structure but also moments of hesitation, particularly in transitional phases of play. According to him, balance between defensive compactness and attacking fluidity remains a work in progress. He stressed that building a cohesive system demands repetition, patience, and collective buy-in from every player. Amorim praised Carrick's composed demeanor on the touchline, suggesting that calm leadership radiates confidence throughout a squad. In turbulent moments, he argued, players look toward the technical area for reassurance. A steady figure can prevent panic from spreading during difficult spells in matches. That sense of control, even when results fluctuate, is fundamental to rebuilding stability. He also addressed the importance of leadership within the squad itself. Amorim believes that experienced players must assume greater responsibility during interim periods, reinforcing standards in training and accountability on match days. When uncertainty surrounds the managerial position, internal leadership can act as the glue that binds ambition to discipline. Without that unity, even the most well-designed tactical adjustments struggle to take root. From a tactical perspective, Amorim noted incremental improvements in defensive organization. He observed that spacing between the lines has tightened in certain matches, reducing vulnerability during opposition counters. However, he cautioned that consistency across consecutive games will determine whether these improvements are sustainable or merely temporary reactions to change. He further discussed the importance of midfield control, an area he believes defines modern elite football. Amorim pointed out that tempo management often dictates the emotional rhythm of a match. When United dictate possession with clarity and purpose, their attacking players appear more confident and decisive. When that control fades, anxiety can creep into the performance. Amorim acknowledged the intensity of media scrutiny surrounding Manchester United, stating that every tactical experiment becomes headline material. He urged observers to look beyond immediate scorelines and examine structural progression. In his view, rebuilding identity is not measured solely by points but by visible coherence in movement, pressing patterns, and collective understanding. He described interim management as both a challenge and an opportunity. While the time frame may be limited, the chance to reset fundamentals can have long-term benefits. Amorim suggested that Carrick's tenure, regardless of duration, could serve as a foundation for renewed standards and clearer tactical direction. Patience, according to Amorim, is the rarest commodity in modern football. Yet he insisted that meaningful transformation requires time and trust. He believes supporters play a vital role in sustaining belief during rebuilding phases, creating an environment where players feel supported rather than suffocated by expectation. Amorim concluded by emphasizing that Manchester United's squad remains rich in potential. He sees hunger in certain performances and resilience in moments of adversity. For him, the task ahead is about refining identity, sharpening structure, and strengthening unity. With Carrick at the helm on an interim basis, the club stands at a pivotal moment, one that demands composure, clarity, and collective responsibility as it charts the next chapter of its storied journey.